Got it.
All right. So, welcome to another edition of Unstoppable REI. I'm here with my new friend, Gus Muller. Get your name spelled, pronounced
You
right
got
there.
it.
All
You
right.
got it.
Nice. So man, let's just jump right in. So why don't you start with just your story? I mean, what's your sort of 30-second elevator pitch?
Yeah, you bet. So my elevator pitch, it won't be 30 seconds,
Okay, cool.
but
Just hit me with it. Hit me with it.
all right, cool. So I actually was pre-med and
Wow.
went to a good school and just decided like I didn't want to go to med school at all.
Okay.
Got out of college and then actually started a DJ company. So
Okay.
had that entrepreneurial spirit early on
I see.
and spent my 20s having a really good time DJing all over the metro and then built a sizable company out of that.
Okay.
Good business, service-based business where you go out DJ, get paid every week. So
Nice.
kind of sweet, but then just decided like I did not want to be the old guy in the club, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
kind of got to my 30s and was like, okay, this is great, but if I don't change course, I will
Yeah.
be 40 and DJing in this club. So
Right. Right.
got my real estate license in 2006, really just to sort of get the data.
Sure.
House flipping seemed interesting to me. I was, reasonably handy. So just started doing that and, started looking at how do I buy a property?
Okay.
How do I get to that level?
Sure.
Started writing offers, had financing. That really didn't work out. Everything then in like 2008, when the economy was
Oh
bad,
yeah. Yes.
all the investors are buying everything in cash
Yeah.
and I didn't have cash.
Okay.
So I figured, okay, so I saved 30 grand and then I took a home equity line of credit against my house
Okay.
for another 35,000 and then borrowed 20,000 from my grandma,
Okay.
begged her. And
Yeah.
then I took the full amount, the 85,000 and found a dump and I took all my chips and pushed it all in. And then I bought
Nice.
this house
Okay.
and I was out of money, had no more money. So got the keys. I've got a picture of when I stepped into that house
Yeah.
first day. It's me and a garbage can and a broom. And
that was a team, right? Yeah.
that was the team, right?
Yeah.
And so I spent 10 months dogging it in that house by myself every
Wow.
day
Okay.
and learned a lot. I mean, did everything, plumbing, electrical, flooring, like you name it. So
Man. Okay.
went nuts on the house and then listed it after 10 long months and it sold right away and it
Okay.
profited around 80,000
Nice.
and
Paid grandma back.
that paid grandma back and that was it,
Okay.
so
Nice.
after that grueling 10 months I was hooked. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. So plus you could always throw a party in the for an open house or something if you needed
Oh,
to,
we
right?
did. Yes, we
Behind
threw
did
it.
you behind the
Oh
wheels of
yeah.
steel?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I brought that. Yeah, we had a great party actually, and it was funny because a lot of what I'll call my haters.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made sure they came to that
Of
party.
course.
So
Of
all the
course.
guys that stopped by and said, this is not going to work. You're never going to finish this house.
Of
I invited
course.
everybody, had food, had the whole nine,
Nice.
and just said, "Oh, really? Is that what you thought? Well,
Right.
why don't you
Dedicated some
come?
songs.
Why
Dedicate some
don't
songs to them,
yeah,
right?
let me exactly. Why don't you come in and see?"
Nice.
So it
Nice.
was it was awesome.
I love it. So let me ask you this: what do you wish? What is like one thing you wish you would have known when you started? It sounds like there's a few things probably, but what is one
Oh,
top of
tons
the
of
list?
things.
Yeah.
Top of the list for me now is understanding that there's a lot of money out there for
Okay.
deals and a lot of
Gotcha.
money where you can hire people. That was the biggest thing. I wish I would have known early on
Okay.
that there's a lot of money out there that you can leverage
Sure.
to do deals and to not have to do the work.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing for me.
So do you still get involved with any of the handy work yourself, or is it all
Once in a while, I
okay?
mean, I still like it.
Okay.
I can do it all,
Okay.
but I like to jump in at the end of the projects to make sure that they're to what my expectations are.
Okay.
So if
That
I
makes
see
sense.
things that aren't quite right, or if we're backlogged in property, I'll load up tools and go and jump in. So
Nice.
I have
It's
no
good to have
problem
that
doing that.
skill. Not everybody has
Absolutely.
that skill, you know. Some of
Yep.
us don't. Yeah, some of us aren't as handy. Um,
Exactly. Yep.
so what would you say, man, is like your biggest failure in your career? What did you learn from that?
Man, there's so many failures, and that's what everybody needs to understand about
Yeah,
real estate and about
yeah.
life, just
Oh,
generally speaking.
totally, totally.
It's, 99 times you miss and you might hit it once. So,
Right.
but for me at this stage of my life, I would say staying small for
Okay.
way too long, not really giving it a go and turning like real estate into a real business.
Okay.
So it's easy to get caught up and do it as a side hustle. You're
Yeah.
sort of, I'm going to do one flip, I'm going to do two flips,
Okay.
knock out a couple a year. But if you want a business, you've got to go big and you
Okay.
have to just lay it on the line and do it. So
So, what do you think the difference is? I mean, is that a mindset difference? Is that like, I mean, you understand what I mean? What makes the difference between making it a hustle and determining it's going to be a business?
yeah, I think it's definitely mindset.
Okay.
I almost hung it up actually.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, so about 3 years ago, I had a flip that just whipped me. I mean, this thing just kicked my butt.
Okay.
And so I listed it and it wasn't selling. And I was talking to my wife and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Mm,
It
okay.
was a rough time. And then I just sort of snapped out of it. And at the time, I actually went out and interviewed for a couple of jobs. I
Wow, it
couldn't
was that
believe it,
serious. Okay.
dude. It
Right.
was bad. And
Okay.
so
Okay.
after interviewing for a couple of jobs and like looking at what it was going to pay, and I'm just like, I snapped completely the other way. And I'm
Okay.
like, no, like we're going for this. Like we're going to go hard at
Yeah.
this. So I think it's a mindset thing. And, you know, being comfortable as a risk taker. If you're not comfortable taking risk,
Yeah.
you should never get into this business. You'll never
Sure.
make it. Bottom
Nice.
line, like you gotta be comfortable taking the risk. So,
Sure. Sure. Well, the
yep,
risk behind the risk is big rewards, right?
it is. Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, what are your best resources, man, that you've used kind of along the way?
So, resources. I think just having professionals at this stage in each little aspect of the real estate game is super important.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you a couple examples.
Okay.
Our title company is fantastic.
Okay.
And the title company owner is a non-practicing real estate attorney. So
Wow.
by
Okay.
giving him all of our title work, he's able to step in and help us navigate difficult seller circumstances
Nice. Sure.
and without having to like lawyer up and go find somebody.
That's
So
helpful, I'm sure.
he's very well versed. He handled most of the short sales and foreclosures for the banks in the
Okay.
downtime. And I remember seeing his name as, kind of the litigator.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I sourced him out and I was like, went and met with him and said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start buying property off market direct from seller. And I want to give you all of our title work but I need your help. And, that was early on, but that was a great meeting. And it's been completely invaluable. I mean, to be able to call them and say, can you look into this property for me? I need to figure out, everything about it. How do we
Sure.
navigate this title issue? Just having and that's just one example.
Oh,
That's just
sure.
one example of trying to get the best on your team.
Totally. So,
Yep.
speaking of the best on your team, who do you think are? Can you tell me like maybe three influential people that have in your life? I guess three of the biggest influences.
Definitely. I would say starting the company off. So our company, True Neighbor, is a really well respected company in our
Okay.
area for buying houses direct from seller.
Okay.
Now, when we were gonna tackle that and go after houses, I had a different name for the company,
Okay.
and I was talking to my fraternity brother who kind of ran an ad agency that also does branding.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know him very well. And I went and met with him and he was like, I'll brand you guys. And I'm
Okay.
like, okay, sweet. So after meeting with him, what they came up with was absolutely amazing. And I owe a lot to him and his company for
Okay.
coming up with our name and our branding, because I feel like that's done a really great job.
Sure.
Also, I would say Grant Cardone. So
Okay.
his books are amazing. Specifically his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. I think
Okay.
listening to that, I've probably listened to that book a dozen times, no joke.
Nice.
And it's like a 9-hour book or a 10-hour book,
Okay. So it's a serious
but
undertaking. All right.
it's a serious undertaking. I would say if anybody's in a funk and anybody's got an entrepreneurial mind and you want to feel accepted for that,
Yeah.
listen to that book. But
Okay.
it got me out of my funk. And then lastly, my coach, who is Ryan Pineda,
Okay.
he's my coach and mentor, and he runs a coaching program in Las Vegas,
Okay.
and it's called Future Flipper. It's amazing. We joined a year ago,
Okay.
and having a coach and someone to fall back on, and
Yeah.
also his network of investors across the country is big. And so going to his masterminds and getting that coaching experience has helped us realize that we're on the right track
Sure.
to scale a flipping business. So
Nice. You know, it's interesting about that, man. First of all, everybody needs a coach. I mean, you look at all, the CEOs, I mean, all the professional athletes, I mean, everybody has a
yep.
coach. And I just read a quote from, oh my gosh, it's last man's name, Warren Buffett. And he said, the best investment is an investment in yourself.
Yep.
I mean, that ties right into what you're saying, because it seems like people think, I'm not going to spend whatever, 10, 20,000, whatever for a coach.
Right.
Some more, but you get multiples of that back by investing.
Yep.
So
it's amazing. We took the leap last year, and we joined around this time last year. We were just starting to scale our business, and who do you talk to? Like, I can't call my competitors. Like, what am I going to call somebody down the road and say, hey, let's talk about how you run your business? Like, it's not happening. So, it was a great opportunity. We go to the mastermind in Las Vegas quarterly. We get to do presentations and talk about our business and talk to people around the country, and you really get insight as to what's happening in different markets and what to watch out for. So, I mean, for what the program cost, it's definitely worth it. Back. Oh yeah.
Is it a pretty big group of people that are involved when we go to those events?
Is. I think when we started, it was about 80 people. Now I think it's up to about 150.
Okay.
They've got 2 levels of programs. So they've got like a rookie program for people who are trying to do their first deal. But then they've got an all-star program, which is the program we're in for people who are doing, 25 plus deals a year.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Gus, what is one, like, a myth that, a real estate myth that you could debunk?
It's super easy. Real estate is not quick, easy money. So if you think that's going to happen, it's not happening.
You just shut down all the infomercials out there, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's not quick unless if you're wholesaling, maybe. I mean, maybe you can make a quick buck, but you're not going to last as a wholesaler. Like you can virtually wholesale. There's other methods. Like, yes, there are ways to make a quick buck. Sure. But there's also like the ethical side of it, right?
Totally.
But look, it's not quick, easy money, and it's very calculated risk taking. All right. It's not just, I'm going to go out and buy this house and it's going to make money. Yeah. Like, you need to do a lot of due diligence on your property before you go to make an offer. You've got to know your numbers tight. When I was first looking at flipping, I ran numbers for 2 years before I jumped in.
Wow.
And a really good way to do that, if you're just getting started. Yeah. Jump on the MLS, you can find a realtor and find a property that has been flipped. Okay. So this is a great tip. Go have that agent bring you to that flip property, walk through it, look at the finishes, look at the purchase price, and then cross-reference the tax record and see what that investor paid for the property. And then look at the gross spread, because that'll give you a general idea. Like, what are these people, how are they buying property? Like, what's the overall spread? Yeah. And then work your way in reverse. You can even do this. You can go as far as to pull the permit records and try to guess how much they spent on it. Okay. So, you can make a spreadsheet and know right away. And I knew right away, I didn't want to touch a property that didn't have at least 100K spread in my market. Because having that much spread is gonna give you some cushion. Yeah, room for error there a little bit. Yep. And also, last myth is, again, it's the reason it's not quick money is because it takes a long time to get paid on these deals. Because right now, we're 6 months from lead in. Okay.
Okay.
So the lead comes in
Yeah.
all the way to getting paid after you sell the property to the end buyer. And that's what people don't
Mm,
realize. Like, you got
okay.
a lead comes in, okay, they can't close for 30 days or 45 days, right?
Right.
Then you close on the property, then you work on the property for an additional 30 to 45 to 60 days, right?
Yep.
Property is done, you list it. Now you got to find the end buyer. That sales process is going to take a minimum 30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
So the entire time that your money is out being spent and you're not getting a dime back is like 6 months.
Yeah.
So you better have enough money to make it through that 6 months.
Sure. Yeah. What you're giving is gold here, man. That's kind of behind. That's definitely behind the scenes. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Mhm.
So let me ask this, man. If you were in my shoes and you were asking the questions here, what am I missing? What would you ask you? I mean, that I'm not
Yep.
getting. Yeah. What's a good question?
Definitely. So, I think I would, if I were you, I'd ask me to define real estate investing.
Okay. Hit
Define
me.
it. What is it? What's real estate investing?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone thinks it's simple, right? Buy low, sell high,
Okay.
but that's the basics. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. But it's not that simple. The biggest way I can define real estate investing is, you know, like a lot of businesses, this is a people business, but it's
Okay.
way more involved, especially when you're buying houses direct from sellers. So that seller is looking for you to solve a problem. And if
Sure.
you will solve that problem for them that they don't know how to solve, they will say that property discounted. And getting the property at a discount is your, absolute best way to guarantee that you're not going to lose money.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
real estate investing, everyone's just, oh, just buy it low, just sell it high, just
Right.
buy it and flip it. Don't worry about the house. When we go on appointments to people's houses, like,
Hmm.
we don't focus on the house. We focus on the person. And
Okay.
that's the most
Smart.
important thing. You walk in and they say, "Hey, you want to walk around the house? You want to take pictures?" No, no, no. Let's sit down. Let's talk about why you need to sell. What's the problem? How can we help you? Move on to the house later. The house doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So just don't focus on the house. Focus on the problem solving.
What's so smart about that is that really money is a reward for solving a problem anyway. I mean, so it's like,
Every
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Correct.
exactly. So just
Yep.
focus on that. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
very, very
Yep.
smart. So before I hit you with the last question, man, how, if people want to connect with you, excuse me, how can they do that?
Yeah, you bet. So I don't have a huge Instagram following. I'm 41, so like I think I'm too old for that stuff, but I'm
Okay,
not.
you're right,
But
you're right.
anyways, I am on Instagram,
Okay,
uh, and it's at Flipper Gus. So
okay,
and then our company is True Neighbor, and you can check out our website, it's trueneighbor.com, or you can find us on Facebook. There's great pictures and videos and all kinds of information about our projects. So you
nice,
can find us
nice.
there. Yep.
Okay, I know also about between 5 and 5:30, they can hit you on Facebook Messenger because that's
That's
when we
right.
talk. Yeah,
Early in the morning, man. Yeah, I got two
right.
kids, so
I
I'm
hear
up. I'm
you.
drinking coffee. I'm taking notes. Like,
Nice,
yeah.
nice, right. So, all right. So here's the last question, man. So if you Google the term investor, failure rate, you'll find that like 95% of real estate investors fail. Okay. You obviously are not failing, you're succeeding. So you're among the 5%. So what did you do when it came to, achieving success in your real estate investing business? How did you make yourself unstoppable, when it came to failing in that?
Right, right. Well, I'll start off. Everybody stops. Everybody stops.
Okay.
Everybody quits. So, unstoppable to me seems like a train that you just can't stop. It doesn't seem very controlled.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
being unstoppable to me is having the ability to make those stops and quits temporary,
Gotcha.
no matter what the end outcome ends
Okay.
up being. So to me, unstoppable is a choice, like every choice in life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, everybody stops and everybody quits, but
Got
being
it.
unstoppable is just having the ability to make those stops and quits temporary. So can you make them temporary and move on,
Yeah.
or are you going to stop?
Nice. And I love that because, excuse me, like you said, it's not an unstoppable train. I mean, it's not, it just keeps moving, but you got to
Right.
stop, you got to fall down, but you got to be willing to pick yourself back up. And if you don't, if you don't quit, you win, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. I
Yep.
love it. Well, man, that's all I got for you today, man. I really appreciate your time. I'd love to get with you a little bit more. It sounds like I can probably get some maybe some DJing lessons. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we could talk about.
Absolutely. DJ Gus on the wheels of steel, baby.
I love it. I love it. So do you throw some rap in there too? Do you rap, or what do you?
Dude, no, I can't rap. I can barely sing. No.
Okay.
I can't rap, but I can mix you some late 90s and early 2000s hip hop with the best of them.
And do you still do that a little bit? I mean, I know not DJing officially, but you still got the skills, right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a skill that I always have. So, I'm usually the guy that's choosing the music, playing the music, all that good stuff. So
nice. Yep. All right, man. Well, thanks again for your time. I appreciate it, sir. And we'll talk again real soon. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.